One is relational databases and one more is a non-relational databases. Relational databases uses schema, syntax, relation, tuple. Based on that one, we are creating the table. Table is a combination of rows and columns. Okay. If you increase number of columns, the data set becomes complex. Okay. In that time, you can go for deep learning algorithms will work out on that complex data sets. So relational databases languages called SQL, structure query language, MySQL, okay,
Yes, sir.
DB2, MS Access, okay, and Teradata. You know Teradata? It is also one of the relational database tool, but not that much popular because of heavy competition like SQL, MySQL. It is not existed right now. It is there, but not that much popular. In front of big giants,
Okay.
there is a problem. So then we are going for, see, relational database tools handles only structured data. Okay.
Okay.
Non-relational database tools handles unstructured data. The difference between structured and unstructured, can you give me a small example, Ramchan?
For structure, sir.
What is structured data and what is meant by unstructured data?
Structured data, let's say array of a of 10, and array of a of 10 holds all the integer values.
Ramchan, you are deviating to another topic. Actually, I'm asking
Okay, fine,
data.
sir.
What is
Oh,
data?
okay, let me
Okay,
tell you, sir.
let
Let me
me.
tell you, I got it. When I say Ramchand, the Ramchand works as a teacher in a college. Ramchand may be also
Ah,
a student in a different institution learning some programs. And
correct.
Ramchand, as a human, will have family, and Ramchand will have
Yes.
an account in a bank. So these are all the attributes that Ramchand has. Ramchand will be a different performer in a different places.
Ah,
If it is unstructured data, again, Ramchand as an academician has so many characters. Ramchand
ah.
as a family man, as a academician, as a maybe a tutor, so different characters unstructured together.
Not exactly you have explained,
Hmm.
but not correct and accurate answer.
Okay.
Okay, let me clarify your doubt. You have given elaborated answer, but
Hmm.
not suits to the 100%.
Okay.
Structured data means with the help of schema, with help of syntax, with help of relation, with help of table, we are creating tables with help of SQL, MySQL, DB2, Teradata, and MS Access. Understand clearly.
Yes, sir.
With the help of these languages, I am using syntax, relation, table, and we are creating the table rows and columns based on the syntax. You know, syntax means rules and regulations we
Sir,
are following.
sorry to interrupt, sir. Can I say structured data with number of students in a classroom from alphabetical
Ah,
order A to Z,
ah,
records of a student A, like marks of each subject, and then the total average, the performance, likewise all the students from A to B, structured order. Whereas unstructured
ah.
data is it does not contain any order, does not use schematics, does not
Perfect.
use any syntax like that.
Perfect. So
Mhm.
there is no schema, there is no schema, there is no relation, there is no tuple. If anyone joins, please allow them.
Sure, sir,
Okay.
sure.
There is no schema, there is no table, I mean, there is no syntax, there is no relation, but we are creating the table for unstructured data like audio, video, text, graphics, animation. Such kind of data is called unstructured data.
Maybe Hadoop is
Data,
the example.
data is divided into three types. Structured data with help of SQL, MySQL, Teradata, DB2, MS Access. We are creating the tables.
Yes, sir.
Collection of tables is called database. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So there is no schema, there is no relation, there is no syntax, but I'm creating the table with the help of unstructured data like a Hadoop, HD, Hadoop, Hive, Mongo database. I'm creating the database
Yes, sir.
for unstructured data. That is called unstructured data. Semi-structured data is nothing but 50% of structured data, 50% of unstructured data. We are creating the database.
Yes.
Now, database management system and warehousing, you need to understand. Let me justify my title. Database is a collection of interrelated data is called database. To manage the database like insertion, deletion, display, searching, sorting, then we are going for relational database tools like SQL, MySQL, Teradata, DB2, MS Access. And if you are performing unstructured data like audio, video, text, graphics, animation, we are performing unstructured data. By that time, we are using non-relational database tools like Hadoop, Spark, Hive, HBase. Do
Yes, sir.
you know these three?
Yes, sir.
Hadoop.
Yeah, you told me,
Hadoop.
sir.
Yes. Hadoop is a big data processing tool. Hadoop is a static, not it follows the batch processing. You know batch processing?
No, sir.
So batch processing is nothing but a static related database. Suppose that legacy database, 10 years old database, it can perform very easily with the help of Hadoop environment. If you are taking streaming data like Hadoop, I mean audio, video, YouTube videos, and then we are using I mean from you can call it as streaming data from one data center to another data center. We are moving the data. So unstructured data, I mean Hadoop is a very big framework for handle the unstructured data, very huge volume of data like audio, video, text, graphics, etc. Then Hadoop is a static a processing engine, whereas Spark is 100 times better than Hadoop environment because Spark can handle a streaming database, real-time data. Then what about HBase? HBase is a database tool by using a static database, Hadoop distributed file system database. Then Hive. Hive is a data warehousing tool. We are storing the data in system, server, and data center with the help of data cubes. So in database, we used to have tables. In data warehouse, we are using data cubes. So in order to store data cubes, we are using a multidimensional tables called fact constellation, star schema, snowflake schema. In data mining and data warehousing, you might have studied those multidimensional fact tables, you know, Ramchan?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then now I'm going to start our 12 topics like introduction to database management system. How can you define database? Can you define now?
Yeah, database is a
Collection of interrelated data.
collection of interrelated data, uh,
Perfect.
which has
To manage the database, we are using SQL, MySQL,
mm,
Teradata, DB2, MS Access with help of relational database tools.
yeah, these are all structured databases, isn't sir? Isn't it?
Yes, perfect answer. Non-relational database tools. Can you give example non-relational database tools?
Hadoop, MongoDB, Hive.
Hive HBase.
Yeah,
Perfect answer. And what is ER model? Entity
entity relationship
relationship.
model.
What is meant by entity?
Um,
Like Ramchand
yes,
is
sir.
an attribute.
Yes, sir.
Attribute is a characteristic of an entity. Okay.
Okay, sir.
ER diagram we used to say, create one ER diagram for Ramchand. What I can keep? I can keep in the oval Ramchand name.
Yes, sir.
I'll write your name. Age, you write name. and date of birth, qualification, like hobbies. So I'm creating with ovals, and in middle of the diagram, I can call it as an entity relationship model. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So there we are using relational database tools, ER diagrams. But whereas in non relational database tools like Hadoop, Spark, HBase, Hive, they won't use ER models. Keep in mind. So relational model is nothing but a simplified version of the reality. Suppose you are drawing a flow chart. What is the difference between flow chart and a data flow diagram and UML diagram? You have any idea?
Flowchart is the flow of the data until
Perfect.
from
Pictorial
the
representation of,
yeah.
you can say like this.
Okay.
Flowchart is a step-by-step procedure to solve a particular program with a diagrammatic representation.
Okay,
That
sir.
is called a flowchart.
Yeah.
Then data flow diagram
Um, Maybe the
in
flow.
software engineering. In software engineering, we used to call flowchart is data flow diagram. That's
Yes.
all.
Okay.
And whereas, what about UML diagram?
Unified modeling language.
Perfect, perfect. What is the tool famous in that UML diagram?
Uh,
IBM given a very good tool. Do you have any idea?
no, sir. Sorry.
Rational rows.
Okay.
Rational rows is a unified modeling language tool.
Okay.
It's okay, no problem. I because I have explained to my students because I haven't studied in my BTech career.
Okay.
That time it was not there, only flowchart. When I started my 2000, I have started my teaching career. By that time, and IBM given very good tool called Rational Rows for unified modeling, but very good tool. You know, for diagrammatic representation,
Okay,
we
sir.
are using a use case diagram, sequence diagram, activity diagram, collaboration diagram, class diagram. You know, package diagram. I don't think so. You have remembered
No, I have not.
UML diagram.
I studied once in my MSc, but after that, no
Oh,
touch.
very good, very good, very good. It's okay. Then we will go for these topics one by one, Ramchan,
Okay, sir.
because we need to do practicals. Now tell me. Now you have to tell me what is the definition of database. How you can do it as a database management. Can you explain your own sentences?
Okay. So the definition, as per your words, the practice of
Yeah,
managing data in a structured and efficient manner.
perfect,
Okay.
perfect.
Okay. So it involves storing, retrieving, manipulating through
Ah,
database management system. The
perfect.
types are hierarchical, network,
Ah,
relational, object
hmm,
oriented, no SQL.
perfect.
And the
NoSQL databases examples, Mongo database,
oh,
Hive,
oh,
HBase,
okay, sir.
and Hive, HBase, Scoop, Zookeeper, etc.
Okay.
Okay, next, perfect. Now give example for unstructured data here. Mongo database. What is Mongo database? Do you know? At
No, sir.
least one sentence.
No, sir.
It is
Sir.
a NoSQL database. You just simply say
Okay.
NoSQL means non-relational database tool.
Okay.
What
Okay.
is the difference between relational and non-relational database tools?
Because that has
Correct,
structures and schematics. Here, there is no
correct,
syntax, no
correct.
semantics.
Your answer is quite correct. Because, sorry, I'm asking continuously. Don't feel anything. You,
No, no, no,
you
no.
are my student.
No, no, no,
Okay?
sir. No,
You
sir.
have to be strong in the subject. That's why my intention. Nothing else. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So, you need to see whenever you are going to give a demonstration in front of anybody, you just you just like act me like they don't know anything. I
Okay.
am the expert, like in your mind you need to get it. That time you will feel very strong.
Sure,
Okay.
sir. Sure,
So
sir.
Mongo database is a NoSQL database. What is meant by NoSQL? There is no schema, there is no relation, there is no tuple, but I am creating the database with help of Mongo database on unstructured data like audio, video, text, graphics, animation.
Okay, sir.
For, for storing purpose, Microsoft given JSON like documents. Okay. Then what is meant by ER model? See, ER model is nothing but entity relationship model. I have explained attribute is nothing but a characteristic of an entity, and a relationship model says that a relationship between two entities, a blueprint for designing a database, collection of interrelated data, depicting entities and relationships like Ramchan, age. I'm giving arrow mark, age. So 35. So like I'm using concept like useful for visually represented through diagrammatic representation for various entities and their relationships in a database. How many types we can use? Conceptual type, like concept based. Logical type, like maybe and, or, logical and, NAND. So many logical operators we are using in front of your table. So then physical types, physical database diagram, ER model. Then examples like in a library system, book and reader or entities. Now you understood?
Yes,
Book
sir.
and read entities. And borrows, borrows means arrow mark, is a relationship. Keep in mind. Then we are going for a relational models, means based on the syntax and semantic and structured and table and relation, we are creating the data, structured data into predefined relationships. So predefined relationships is nothing but already in relational databases like SQL, MySQL, Teradata, DB2, we have certain rules and regulations, predefined relationships, generally in the form of tables. Then what is meant by concept? Concept, table. How can you define table, Ramchan?
Table
Is
with
a collection
yeah,
of rows
with
and
collection of
columns.
rows and columns.
Rows
Um,
are playing a vital role here in database system, but the columns are nothing but dimensions like attributes. So if you increase number of columns, what will happen? The database becomes complex.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, tables consist of rows and columns where each row is a record. Record also call it as a tuple. Is it right?
yes, sir.
Yes, you need to say right. Tuple is a record, field, and each column is a field. You can call it as a dimension. Like name is a dimension, age is a dimension.
Dimension.
Dimension is nothing but attribute. Attribute is nothing but characteristic of an entity.
Sir, can I say
So
gender
type,
is also an attribute?
yes, perfect. That is perfect because gender may be having a male, female, and third gender, like anything.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, sir.
Tables like relations, tuples is nothing but rows, attributes is nothing but columns. I have explained already. Dimensions.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
So I will ask you very tough question right now. Can you give three major dimensions of big data? I'm
Sir, triple
expecting
V, the triple V, no?
perfect answer, Ramchand. You are day
Okay.
by day increasing your knowledge.
Velocity,
What is the
velocity,
three V's?
variety. Velocity,
Perfect.
velocity,
Volume,
yeah,
velocity, variety. What is volume? Size of the data.
size of the data.
What is volume? What is the
Uh,
velocity? Speed.
Speed,
At
yes,
the
sir.
motion of the data.
Yeah,
How you are downloading, uploading the files.
yes, sir.
Then what is meant by variety?
Different types of files.
Perfect answer. You are so good. You are updating your knowledge. Now examples of a products table. Could you have attributes like dimensions like product ID, product name, and price? My product ID is 1201. My product name is a Tata car and price is 3 lakhs. That is example for relational model. Then what about a relational algebra? A formal system for manipulating relations like tables, and concept we are using set of operations that can be performed to retrieve and manipulate data. Then types like select, project, union, set difference, Cartesian product, we are performing relational algebra. Examples like symbol called price. Okay, negation symbol or select symbol. Price greater than 50. Products would select all products with a price greater than 50. That is called examples. Next, see the tuple calculation. Tuple is a relation, record. Definition like a procedural query language dealing with tuples. Tuples is nothing but rows. Rows is nothing but records. We are using concept like allows the selection of specific tuples based on a given condition, like greater than, less than, exactly equal to. Many symbols we are using in relational database tools, like existential types and universal types. Examples like t dot product name, and T belongs to products and is a relational operator T dot price greater than 50. This is the example for tuple calculation. What is meant by tuple, Ramchand? How can you define tuple?
A procedural query language dealing with tuples. The tuples means we
Record.
can have, yeah, records. Yes, sir.
Yes, perfect answer. Okay. So SQL. How can you, whose product of SQL, Ramchand?
Uh, Microsoft,
No.
Oracle.
Ah, very good, very good, very.
Yes, sir.
Because your background is networking. That's why I'm asking these questions.
Yeah.
So you are quite opposite of networking versus database. That is different, and this is different.
Okay.
Sorry
Okay.
to say you, but you need to become very strong if you want to become a very good data scientist. Research positions are available in Australia.
Okay, sir.
For that purpose, I'm training you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So you need to be strong in database also. Very simple. No need to worry about how to write queries and all. Very
Okay.
simple.
Okay.
Okay. So structured query language is a product of Oracle. And what is meant by structured data? Now you tell me. Retrieve your answer.
Okay.
What is structured data?
Like structured data is, let's say, when I say again, Ramchand as a person will have data. Um, let's say as an academician, Ramchand is a specialist in networking subjects. And again, when we go deeper into the analysis, maybe cybersecurity specialist, something like that. So has a sequential information about a person or about a data.
Perfect. So SQL is a product of, if anyone joins, please allow them.
Sure.
Okay, my scholars are there. 11 members are there.
Okay.
I'm sending to 11 members, but nobody is joining. Only two members, maybe Polaya and Godinla Srinivasalu and Shankar. These three are very good students. They are joining.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
please
sir.
allow them. If they. So SQL is a product of Oracle company. It follows the structured query language instructions, rules, and regulations. The definition says that the programming language used for managing relational databases like SQL, MySQL, Teradata, DB2, MS Access, etc. Concept. We are using enables creation. We are creating the table. We are modifying the table, and we are asking the questions of relational database. That is called concept. Then what are the types are there? There are three types, DDL, DML, DSL. You might have studied a database
Yes.
management system, Raghuram Krishnan textbook.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Fourth, Fourth. Raghuram Krishna textbook, have you studied? I
Yeah.
have studied in 1996.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm senior.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. I studied in 2002, I think.
I have started my career 2000 itself. Okay.
Okay.
DDL, DML, DCL, these are the relational database languages called data definition language, data manipulation language, and data control language we are using in this SQL. Examples like delete, is a keyword from SQL. From is a keyword from SQL. Products is my table name. Where is a keyword. Price is my defined
Attribute,
variable.
attribute. Okay.
Ah, yeah, less than 10. This is my query. This is the way we are writing a structured query language. Query. Query is a nothing but question. Now, integrity constraints. Why we are using integrity constraints
The
in
the
our
truth, the truthness of the uh,
perfect.
yeah.
Perfect. We are combining relational, Relational algebra, relational concepts, structured concepts we are integrating with constraints is nothing but conditions, constraints is nothing but conditions.
Conditions.
Rules applied to maintain the accuracy and integrity of data in a database is called integrity constraints. Why should we integrate constraints, Ramchan?
Um,
Because data may be a different types like integer, character, float, double, audio, video, text, graphics, animation, whatnot. That's why we are going for integrity constraints. Integrity constraints ensures the database remains consistent. If you integrate a number of different files and different conditions and error free in it, it is satisfied. Just like types, we are using a number of normal forms like primary key, foreign key, unique, check, not null. These are the integrity constraints. Why we are using these integrity constraints? Can you explain? Any one sentence?
um, as I
Try,
said,
try.
yeah, as I said before, to check the truthness of the
Ah,
conditions.
no, in order to perform
Okay,
exact answer,
okay, okay, sir.
uh, don't say truthness. For exact answer, we are uh, uh, we are using integrity constraints means no redundancy, no duplicate data, nothing else with help of primary key, foreign key,
Okay,
unique, check,
maybe,
not
yeah,
null.
maybe uniqueness.
Correct, correct.
Okay,
That is perfect answer. So example like A is a person, check. Age is attribute greater than or equal to 18. Constraint on a user's table. Suppose any table. Okay. So like that we are using integrity constraints. What is meant by normal forms? How you can define normal forms? Do you have any idea?
no, sir, sorry.
No problem. Normal forms is one of the major concept in database management system. It is used to eliminate noisy data, inconsistent data, and dirty data and redundant data. With the help of normal forms, we are eliminating those things like first normal form, second normal form, and third normal form, BCNF, fourth normal form, fifth normal form. That means in each normal form, we are eliminating one kind of redundant data, noisy data, inconsistent data, dirty data. These are the steps and the types of normal forms we are using. A set of criteria used to evaluate the design of a relational database. There we are getting confusion. In order to avoid that confusion, we are using these normal forms. That's why we are using concept like design to minimize redundancy. What is meant by redundancy? Repeated data. Ramchan,
Yes, sir.
how can you define redundancy?
Duplicate
Repeated
data of
duplicate data,
data, yeah.
redundant data, and dependency by organizing data. That's why we are using types of normal forms like 1NF, 2NF, 3NF, BCNF, fourth NF, fifth NF. That is the types of normal forms. Example, we are using a table. Table is a collection of rows and columns is in third normal form. That means if it satisfies like second normal form, first normal by default. By default, third normal form satisfies first normal form and second normal form and has no transitive dependencies. You know what is meant by transitive dependencies,
No,
Ramchan?
no, sir, no, sir.
X implies Y implies Z. Then automatically, you tell me now.
X implies
X
Y.
implies Y implies Z, then what about next relation? X implies Z. That
Ah,
is called
okay.
the
Okay,
transitive dependency.
okay.
Can you explain now?
Yeah, if it is X tends to Y, Y tends to
Correct.
Z, which
Z.
means X tends to Z.
Perfect. That is called a transitive dependencies.
Okay.
So we need to avoid those things with the help of normal forms. Next, what about file? What is meant by file? How you are defining file, Ramchan?
Okay. File contains data or
File
information.
is a collection of related
Data.
data. Keep
Okay.
in mind. Okay, now you tell me, what is your definition of file?
Uh, File is a collection of related data.
Perfect.
Um,
Maybe a sequential file, maybe a random file,
yes, sir.
maybe a, tell me, other files. There are
Um,
plenty of files you are storing in your system.
Semi-structured file.
Permanent files, temporary
Files.
files,
Okay.
sequential files, random files.
Files.
File is a collection of records.
Okay.
Record is a collection of instructions and regulations.
Okay, sir.
So how you are managing your files in networking administration? Now tell me. What
Um,
is root node in a Linux operating system? How you are creating a file in Windows and a Linux operating system? Now you, because you are expert in network administration. Because I am a minnow in front of you. I don't know anything
uh,
about
okay.
networking.
Actually,
I'm poor.
I work in network connectivity like the Cisco Packet Tracer simulation tools, and to
Hmm.
some extent, I create the connectivity, sir.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
Tell me. So
Okay.
now tell me, what is how you are doing file organization in a network administration?
Sir, actually, administration is something different than network
Yes.
connectivity is something different. So
Yeah, yeah.
I used to be working in network connectivities.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
Sorry to see you. What is your background and what you told me networking? That's why I'm
So
relating
yeah,
to
that's why
network.
networking is like a general domain. I mean, as a what do you call a big domain in which my part is working with
Okay,
simulation tools.
sorry to say you. What
Yeah,
is your PhD title so that I can understand your
that's wireless sensor network, sir.
okay, okay, sorry.
Uh,
You just like me only. I am
uh,
not related to networking. I am not related to database. I am
okay,
not related to anything. But I am a you just whatever the name you can call it. I don't know. I have
okay,
studied my BTech Computer Science Engineering at Triple IT Allahabad
okay.
and Master of Technology with Artificial Intelligence and
Mm.
PhD in Data Science, one PhD and another PhD in Artificial Intelligence. I have
Oh,
two PhDs, you know.
great, great, sir, great.
So file organization is nothing but we have different files in a database like how data is stored on a disk. Indexing is nothing but a data structure for fast data retrieval. We are using hash table. Then data types like defines the types of data. We have a number of data types like integer, character, double, audio, video, text, graphics, animation. That is called a data type. How can you define data type and give example of your own? Ramchand, can you try?
Um,
Why we are using data types?
because we may be working with integers, floats, or
Correct.
double or strings. So we need different types of
Float,
data types.
float.
Yeah,
Yeah. Then in real time, you can see the weather forecasting, maybe a floating point number, 24.5, floating point number, maybe
yeah,
audio data, maybe video data,
yes, sir.
text graphics, table, etc. So that's why we are using concept like file organization, efficient storage for quick access. That is the purpose we are using B plus trees, you know, B trees and B plus trees.
History.
Why we are using? For efficient storage of data.
Okay, sir.
Indexing is nothing but arrays and B trees and hash table and B plus trees uses indexing concept. Based on the index position, we are storing the elements. For searching very fast, order of one iteration, we are retrieving the element. That is called indexing. Speeds up query performance. Order of one, keep in mind. Data types like ensures correct and efficient data storage purpose we are using. Then what are the file types? Sequential files, indexed files, hashed
Hashed
files.
files.
So suppose you are creating sequential file means one by one, it will come automatically based on the order of numbers. Indexed means based on the index position, order of 0, order of 10. Based on that positions, I am retrieving the element. What is meant by hashed? Hashing is a process of mapping key with value. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, hashing is nothing but h of key comma value. H means Ramchandra, key means some name, value means K means name, V means age. I'm taking a hash of key name comma 45. What is that meaning? Ramchand age is 35, like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
For indexing purpose, we are using single level indexing, multi-level indexing, clustered. Cluster, what is meant by cluster?
A group.
Collection of groups,
Yeah.
that groups having similar behavior, similar properties
Yes, sir.
with help of similarity index. How do you can calculate similarity measure? With the help of Euclidean distance, Manhattan distance, Minkowski distance.
Okay, sir.
You might have studied in data mining, in clustering, classification, it will come. Non-clustered means classification. How do you can classification performing? Based on the target class, based on the label, we are dividing the data. Okay,
Okay, sir.
we are classifying the data. That is called supervised learning. Clustering comes under unsupervised learning. What about reinforcement learning? Based on the punishment and reward, we are solving the problems, especially in gaming applications like reinforcement learning algorithms, like you can A star algorithm. Okay, and there are plenty of algorithm in gaming applications. Then data types. What type of data types you are dealing in the real time environment? Integers, string.
Strings.
String is a collection of characters enclosed with the double quotation, ended with the null character. Keep in mind. Ramchan,
Yes, sir.
I want to print in any language. Within the double quotation, I need to use single character. In Python, double quotes and single quotes are the same.
Okay.
Then Boolean is nothing but true or
True or
false.
false.
Whenever you are using Boolean, is a data type, T and F must be capital.
Capitals.
Date is a data type, D must be capital. Examples like in file organization, we are using B tree. What is B tree? Now tell me.
Binary tree.
Perfect. Usually binary tree, everybody says, everybody wrong in this B tree
Is it?
expansion. But most of the people says that B stands for belief.
Ah, okay.
Balanced tree. Now you need to say, don't say binary tree.
Okay.
It is a balanced tree.
Balanced tree.
Most of
Okay.
the belief. Yeah. B tree is a tree satisfies the BST property like left, okay. Left subtree is always less than the root and right subtree is always greater than the root. All leaf nodes must be in the same level. That is called a B tree.
Okay. Balanced
The
tree.
extension of B tree is called a B plus tree. We are using in a database management system for efficient storage of data, for efficient retrieval of the data, for efficient manipulation of the data on a date of birth or column, anything for faster lookups we are using in this file organization table.
So it should
Because
be
time is,
balanced tree. Is it, sir? Balanced.
yes, that is perfect answer. You need to become like me.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Yeah. Then what is meant by data transformation?
For converting from one format to the other format.
Ah, perfect. What are the things you are using in the for conversion of one form to another form? Filters.
Okay.
Okay. We are using so many filters. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And if it is a audio data, video data, text data, we are using for data transformation pre-processing techniques like a box plot. Box plot, you know box plot?
Yes, sir. Yes. I have
It
seen,
is
but
a data transformation technique,
okay.
pre-processing technique. Binning. Do you know binning? In
No, sir.
data mining, it is there. So box plot, binning, and the filters we are using to convert one form to another form. Filters may be anything, integer to float, float to integer, like you can convert very easily. The process of converting data from one format to another format is called data transformation. For converting the way you have told correct answer, then usually carried out to clean the data, aggregate the data, and enrich the data. Cleaning means we are eliminating the noisy data. Aggregate means we are making the summarize the data. And enrich the data, we are enhancing the data. What are the types we are using in data transformation? Cleaning,
Aggregation,
aggregation,
normalized.
normalization. What is cleaning? We are eliminating the redundant data. What is aggregation? We are making total, we are making the summarization, we are making the statistics. What is normalization? It is the process of eliminating noisy, inconsistent, dirty data in a database. We are using so many techniques like 1NF, 2NF, 3NF, BCNF, Bayes code normal form, 4NF, 5th NF. What are the examples? Now take converting a set of date strings from month, data, YY. You know which country is using like this, Ramchan?
Uh,
America.
oh, okay.
America, they are using First, your month, date of birth. What is your date of birth?
Mine is 0506
Zero
1981.
five means May month. What
Mm,
is date?
606.
So 0506 19. Suppose 1980. Assume.
81. Mine is 81.
81, 81. Perfect. So that is a nomenclature they are using, but we are using British rules.
Yeah.
Their rules and regulations we are following. So
Yeah.
my date of birth is 15. See, I am using 15 is a my date. Month is a July 7, July 15th July 1978 my date of birth. So 7 I am writing 07 15 1978. So likewise, some countries are using year first, month next date. So data transformation, you can convert one form to another form. That is a trivial and generalized answer. What about data warehouse modeling and a schema for multidimensional data models? Now tell me,
Mm.
what is data warehouse? How you can define data warehouse? You try your answer, I will give you a perfect answer.
As far as I know, a data warehouse will have a huge volume of data, and the data will be
Perfect.
stored with the help of cubes, data
Perfect.
cubes.
Perfect answer. Very good answer, Ramchan.
Okay.
So, data warehouse is nothing but storing of huge volume of data in a system, server and data center with the help of data cubes. That is absolute correct answer you have told. For data warehousing modeling means model is nothing but simplified version of the reality. Okay, through diagrammatic representation, through multidimensional factors, or any unified modeling language modeling you can do. Then schema for multidimensional data models like architectural models. What is meant by architecture? Ramchand, how you are defining architecture? Architecture is a structure which comprises software components and hardware components, and connection among them is called architecture. Architectural models for building a data warehouses with help of Hive, okay, SQL, MySQL, Teradata, DB2, Mongo database, HBase, etc. So the concept we are using in data warehousing helps in storing large volumes of data for analytical purposes, for mathematical representation. Types like star schema, snowflake schema, fact constellation, these are the multidimensional data models. Examples like using a star schema with a central sales table linked to customer, product, and time dimensional data tables. Then coming to conceptual hierarchy of categorization and computations like levels of abstraction or aggregation in data, that is called concept hierarchy. Then measures is nothing but quantitative metrics is called measures used for analysis purpose. Concept like provides a drill down and a roll up. These are the statistics of data warehousing. Drill down, roll up, sum up, statistics. So many concept hierarchies we are performing. Measures like facilitates calculations on data insights. Then what are the types we are using? Geographical hierarchy, time-based organizational hierarchy. So measures like count, total, sum, average, minimum of the table, maximum value of the table, average, standard deviation. So many operations, measures, metrics we are using. In a paper, your paper recently you have submitted me, there is no validation metrics, there is no performance metrics, there is no mathematical model, but I am incorporating all those three things in your paper. It becomes very good paper. After that, we are going for submission.
Okay,
So
sir.
examples like a concept hierarchy we are using like city, state, country. See, I came from village, Tirupati, there is a village called Tarigonda. Tarigonda Venkavamba she is a devotee of Lord Venkateshwara. From my village to Tirumala Hills, there is a tunnel. From that tunnel, she used to walk 5 hours